Medellin Colombia has become a super hotspot for digital nomads and expats.
And if you come from an expensive country like in Europe or US or Canada, a fancy life in Colombia can seem very cheap.
And in this Medellin apartment tour, we'll show you the kind of furnished place that you could rent on a $1,000 budget, which according to Statistica is roughly the average cost of an unfurnished small apartment in the US.
The apartment we rented was in Poblado, Medellin, one of the most expensive neighborhoods in the city.
So at the end of our tour, we'll show you some other Medellin luxury apartments in other more affordable neighborhoods where you can find some super awesome properties for way cheaper.
There is really options here for any budget.
From a room in a shared apartment for less than $100 to a penthouse suite for several $1,000s.
Alright guys, let's start with the outside of our apartment.
So in Poblado, it's more of a newer neighborhood where there's just a bunch of huge high-rise condos, and it's not like that in every neighborhood in Medellin, but Poblado is mostly those big condos.
At our place, we have a really nice pool with a jacuzzi, we have a soccer field, we have a playground for the kids, we have sauna.
All with a super beautiful view of the mountains around. So Poblado is like the most gringo neighborhood in all of Medellin, and a lot of these condos have tons of these amenities, which is super convenient because you don't have to leave. But if you don't stay in El Poblado, Medellin has a tons of free sports centers and pools and parks and different places that you can go. So you don't necessarily have to have all of these things within your apartment, and you can probably save some money if you use the free things from the city.
Okay guys, so before we go upstairs for a very epic view, let's talk about why foreigners like Medellin.
After all, Colombia is not necessarily the safest country in the world, but for many of us, including myself, Colombia and Medellin, the pros outweigh the safety issues.
Apart from the cheaper cost of living, they also have an amazing transportation.
They have comfortable weather year-round, which they're even called the City of Eternal Spring in Medellin.
They have cheap and delicious food, crazy nightlife.
They have friendly, beautiful people that are extremely proud about their city.
In Medellin, they have beautiful mountains in any direction, and they're close to a very pretty small towns like Guatapé.
And they also have a really strong expat community and tons of different cafes and co-working spaces that you can go and work.
Okay guys, so let's check out the upstairs.
Now keep in mind, like we said, Poblado is one of the most expensive neighborhoods. We also rented a furnished apartment short-term on Airbnb, which is also like the most expensive option. And we also rented in December, which is like the most expensive month. So chances are there are actually ways to find apartments like this one for less than $1,000.
Okay, so here is the kitchen, and we like it a lot because everything seems pretty new and we have everything to cook our meals.
Out here in the corner is the washing area, which is nice that is separate. A lot of houses in Colombia, it's kind of connected to the kitchen, which gets a little bit ugly. So it's cool that it has that separate space.
So here next to the kitchen, we have like a small living room.
And one of our favorite places was this little balcony right here where we could work and eat breakfast, and it had a really nice breeze and view of the whole city. And we spent a lot of time out there. All right, now moving down the hallway, on the left-hand side, we have the bathroom, which was pretty awesome because you still have those nice cool views, and you might not be able to see it, but if you sit on this toilet, the window is situated right at eye level, so while you're taking a number two, you can sit out and see the city view.
So here we have like a big closet for all of the stuff, and for girls this is super important.
Yeah, it was super nice because we could just hide all our mess in there, and then the rest of the apartment looked clean. And finally, we have the master bedroom, which is where we spent most of the time. It had a cool little desk to work, the bed, the TV, and this amazing view of the entire city. It kind of lights up the whole apartment, and the apartment was a little bit small, but when you have a whole entire wall that's a window like this, it makes everything feel a lot bigger.
And for digital nomads and expats that work remotely, this is the kind of view that you're gonna find in Medellin if you come to live here.
Much better than a small little closet or dark apartment back in the United States.
The advantage of living in a condo like this is that you have 24-hour security, and anyone that comes in, comes out.
They have to check in with a security guard, and it's all gated, so it's super safe. Okay, so now let's look at some other cool apartments that are currently listed on the market that are even cheaper than this one.
If you like this video so far and you want to see more videos about Colombia, give us a like.
All right, so I looked for these on Facebook Marketplace and also in different groups on Facebook. And here is what I found. This one is in Laureles neighborhood, and this one's already rented, obviously, but it's just to give you an example. It's completely furnished, has fast internet, all those things. This one cost $2,400,000, which comes out to $600. And here is some pictures. You can see that it has remodeled, nice kitchen, nice work area. And I think of these, where is it? And a nice view of the city, nice. So for $600, this one actually has a separate bedroom compared to the one that we were staying in where it was just a studio apartment. And so there is that option. Next one up, this one also has a really nice view. This one is 2 bedrooms in the Sabaneta neighborhood, which is like a suburb on the south side of Medellin. Here are some different pictures. You have that amazing view. This is a popular area for people who are staying a little bit longer, or people who want a little bit more relaxed atmosphere and not to be right inside the city. So that is another very cool option. And this one cost $2,900,000, and that comes out to $725 US dollars a month approximately. And guys, remember that these include all of your bills, and they're also furnished. Unlike in the US, you would rent an apartment that's not furnished and it would probably cost more than these. Furnished apartments usually cost a lot more than unfurnished apartments. And so here is the next one. This one is from a different renter. It costs $3.1 million, which is $775. This one also is 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and I won't go through all the pictures, but as you can see, it has a really sweet balcony and with a really nice view of the city, and just looks like a nice, comfortable place to live. This one also is in the Sabaneta neighborhood, and it looks like a very nice option. Next, we have another in Sabaneta. This one also has 2 bedrooms. Let's take a look-see. Nice kitchen, nice, cozy living room area with a beautiful view and balcony. Look at that, nice. Couple bedrooms, and this one is going for $3,200,000, which is $800, and it looks like it's rented out until March, and so if you want it now, you can jump on it. Also keep in mind that one reason these prices are a little bit cheaper than the other ones is they may have a little bit longer stay, and so when we stayed, we just stayed for 1 month. But some of these places, it doesn't say exactly here, but some of them might ask you to stay for 3 or 6 months. And so the longer you commit, the cheaper prices you can get. All right, guys, so as you can see, we just found these apartments super quick, but if you spent more time doing it, you could probably find other good options as well. Keep in mind that in some of these groups, they'll have people selling you gringo prices and probably charging way more than what they should be. But the more you search and the more flexible you are with your neighborhoods, you can really find some awesome options. All right, guys, so we're putting together a full cost of living guides for different cities in Colombia. So if you're interested in those, make sure to subscribe. We also have a bunch of different content about digital nomad life. And so if you like that stuff, make sure to stick around, and we'll see you in the next one.